Hey everyone, my name's Caleb. I'm a gaffer and key grip in the Northwest Arkansas region. I wanted to make a short little video today to go over a rig that I use pretty frequently, and I call it a C boom. Some people have called it a C-stand boom arm. When I do use it, I very often get a lot of people scratching their heads and wondering what I'm doing with it. To be quite honest, so I wanted to go through the basics of it, what it is, how it works, and the hardware needed to do it. But to do that first, I wanted to go through the basics of a regular Menace Arm. And for those of you that might not be familiar with what a Menace Arm is, what it does, what it's useful for. So I'm gonna put this down, lower this down, and we'll kind of go through the basic concepts first. Okay, so I've lowered my Menace Arm down here. Just to go over some of the basics, you build a Menace Arm out of extruded aluminum pipe. This is called speed rail. In other countries, this might be called scaff pipe. It comes in two sizes, generally speaking, 1.25 inches and 1.5 inches. This is 1.25 inches, which is the more common variant that you'll see. And then the actual Menace Arm hardware you can get from several different companies, right? So you can get this one's from Matthews. I do have a couple Menace Arms that are from Modern Studio. There's a few other companies out there that you can get the hardware. And essentially what it is it's an ear with this post piece, hope you can see that, welded on, and it has a loop up at the top here. And that is where a ratchet strap will either feed through or link to. And then the other two pieces for a Menace Arm, which will come in the kit if you buy it as a full kit, are these two pieces. So one is the front, one is the back. I'm gonna come a little closer to the camera to show this. So coming in close here, this is generally what you would see as the front end of the Menace Arm, and that's because it's a baby pin, so you can hang a light that accepts a baby pin off of it. This link up here is for your ratchet strap to go to. You can see it up there, so that's where my ratchet strap is going to. And then you also have this end. So this is the tail end of it, you can call it. And this goes on the back of the Menace Arm. So your ratchet strap goes to the back here, and then there's actually a bottom ring for a ratchet strap to go down to the base. So now that we got that out of the way, you'll connect those three pieces with ratchet straps. Some people tend to use, there's a few different ways you can do it. Some people tend to use one strap here and just go to the top link, and then do another strap from the top link down to the back here. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then back here, you ratchet strap down from this link to the base of your stand. There are several different ways to do this. I'm gonna link an episode of Gaffer Salon with John Rosh. I believe I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not. But he has a few really good tips for securing your ratchet strap to the base of your stand. And he tends to use a sling, which is a really, really good way to do it. I will say I'm used to not be like that, but I have had a few of these disconnect in the past couple months. Just because if you're moving it around, the load on the end may tend to bounce a little bit, and that can cause the pieces to flex a little, enough to where the ratchet can actually fall out of where you've secured it. So if you're using carabiners and a sling, that prevents that from happening essentially. And that's the basics of a Menace Arm. So I'm gonna put this back up, and now we're gonna actually start talking about what this video is actually about, which is the C boom rig. So with the C boom, it's not safe to do off a C stand. I would say pretty much any kind of booming that you're doing, unless it's a very, very lightweight light and you're not going super far with it, maybe 3 or 4 feet. Any kind of booming you don't want to be doing on a C stand, right? So you want to be doing it on a combo stand. This is about the lightest weight combo stand I'd be comfortable doing a boom off of. So with the actual Menace Arm rig that we had 3 pieces. With this one, we really only have 1 piece of hardware that you need to buy specifically. So I'm gonna take it off the combo and then bring it closer so you can actually see what it is. Okay, so this is the piece of hardware, and as you can see, it's basically just an ear for speed rail with a little clamp welded onto it, or I think it's bolted on. Yeah, it is. Looky there. I forget who this is made by. I think it's Kupo or American. A lot of different companies make kind of a variation of this, and essentially all it is your speed rail, or in this case, your C stand, is going to clamp in the top there, clamp over, and then you tighten it down. Nice and easy. Nothing super complicated about that. So I'm gonna put that back in the ear. So I put that back in our lollipop here. This kind of goes against making an actual Menace Arm. So with a real Menace Arm, you typically want to build it on the ground, lift it up, and then you can ratchet strap it down, so on and so forth. With this, what I've come to do is put this in the combo head first and then get the C-stand. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I do need both hands for it, so I'm gonna do the best I can here. So that's it. That's the main portion of the rig, is literally just clamping a C-stand to this guy. Now I use a turtle-based C-stand, or a C+ stand, some companies call this. So I've really taken to using it for this boom arm. And with a C+ stand or a turtle base, I'm gonna do this real quick. You can take the legs off. I've tried a couple different variations of this because ultimately what you need is something to secure a ratchet strap or a sandbag on the back of here for. I've tried Cardellini clamps, those work fine. You know, you can secure a ratchet strap or a sandbag off the back with just clamping a Cardellini here, but the Cardellini clamp wasn't really able to go down into this ridge. It kind of just clamps right here, so that didn't really inspire me with a ton of confidence. So I've actually taken to just leaving the legs on. This does create a problem, as you might guess, with low ceilings. So with low ceilings, the legs pointing up here, that creates a problem. So in those circumstances, what I do is I'll just tilt it down at about a 90-degree angle. And I may cant it a little bit like what I've done here, but essentially all you're trying to do is give yourself a hook point. So you can hang a sandbag or, like I say, use a ratchet strap. Very often I'll use both just for safety's sake, especially if I'm doing a longer reach with this thing. And I should reiterate, use common sense with this thing. You know, it's really, these are not meant to take really big lights. The most I would really use with this is a single tube or like a light mat or something. That's almost always what I do with this. So that's pretty much it for the setup of the C-boom. The next step, of course, would be to put the light on the front. I'm not gonna do that right now. But then, of course, you put a sandbag on the back of here, or my preferred method is just a ratchet strap, or both. You know, both is probably better, to be honest. Thank you for watching so much. I am always available for hire, so if you need a hand on a shoot, need some gear, whatever the case may be, hit me up. My email is in the description or at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.